Good afternoon. Today we will discuss a very important topic of osteoradionecrosis of maxilla and mandible. These are the content: introduction, classification, risk factor, pathogenesis, clinical features, treatment, prevalence, prevention, and the references. Definition: osteoradionecrosis is the exposure of the non-variable and non-healing non-septic lesion of irradiated bone which fails to heal without intervention. It was first described by Regard in 1920. ORN is a common complication in head and neck cancer patient undergoing radiotherapy in radiation dose 40 to 50 gray. Most common facial bone are mandible due to the relative increased bone density, decreased vascularity of the mandible, and greater dose of radiation received. Incidence of involvement of mandible ranges for 2 to 3%. Maxilla rare. The most common facial bone is temporal bone, second most. Tooth extraction trigger factor for ORN is 60 to 89% of the cases. The mean time period between RT and development of ORN has been reported to be 7.5 to up to 20 years, and these are the latent period. How the this diagram show how the ORN occur. Classification: Max has given the classification. Stage 1: exposed alveolar bone without pathological fracture which respond to hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Stage 2: disease does not respond to HBO, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and requires sequestration and sequestrization. And stage 3: full thickness bone damage and pathological fracture occurs, usually require complete resection reconstruction with the free tissue. Then classification of ORN by Notani et al. Grade 1: ORN confined to alveolar bone. Grade 2: ORN limited to alveolar bone and mandible above the level of inferior alveolar canal. And then stage 3, grade 3: ORN involve the mandible below the level of inferior alveolar canal or skin fistula and pathological fracture. What are the risk factors? These all are the risk factors. Like we do some extraction and we left the sharp lingual bony contours, post-surgical soft tissue tear, dental alveolar surgery during active irradiation and early post-radiation period, poor patient oral hygiene compliance, inadequate cancer surgery technique, radiation exposure, radiation implant, then pre-irradiation extraction without alveolectomy and primary closure, and exposed cementum and periodontal pockets. Pathogenesis: these 3H is a very important, that hypovascularity, hypercellularity, and hypoxia. Mostly these three factors, these three conditions, the ORN occur. Ionization radiation used in radiation therapy has adverse effect on a soft and hard tissue. Damaged soft tissue cause progressive endarteries and hyalinization and fibrosis leading to ischemia of affected tissue. Similarly, these events in bone leads to destruction of local vascular system and cellular component, result in decreased osteocytes and osteoblastic and fibrous formation and decreased bone remodeling, eventually leading to the bone necrosis. The histopathological evidence suggested the radiation induced obliteration of inferior alveolar artery as a major factor in the onset of ORN. Radiation trauma and infection is the most frequently seen sequence in ORN. Wound healing is affected by ORN in the following pathological sequences, that these 3H again: hypovascularity, hypocellularity, tissue hypoxia result in the tissue breakdown and non-healing wound. These are the clinical picture which we usually get, that fistula is formed, bone is exposed, and pathological fracture is occurring in stage 2 and 3, mostly 3. Severe deep pain and evidence of exposed bone are the chief presenting feature. Initially, patient may develop trismus, that is reduced mouth opening, fetid breath, pyrexia, soft tissue abscess. We can see persistent draining sinus and exposed bone with intraoral extraoral fistula. The exposed bone often have a rough surface that abrades adjacent soft tissue and cause further discomfort. There is a slow sequestration because not only the osteoblastic but also osteoclastic activity of the bone is destroyed. Pathological fracture may also occur. The tissue remodeling, the tissue surrounding exposed bone may be ulcerated or indurated. The induration persists after infection has been controlled by irrigation antibiotic, or if ulceration is present, the biopsy should be performed. Treatment of the osteo is mainly aimed removal of the necrotic bone first, and second, enhancement of vascularity of the radiated damaged tissue by hyperbaric oxygen therapy. The overall treatment comprises of local debridement, adequate pain control using analgesic and nerve block, bupivacaine because it's a long-acting anesthesia, nerve avulsion or radiotherapy, then control of infection by administration of systemic antibiotic, otherwise it will go into the septic shock, then local irrigation of the wound by topical antibiotics, and supportive, which is very important, that hydration and nutrition supplement should be given, and hospitalization if required. Maintenance of a good oral hygiene by oral rinses of 1% of sodium fluoride gel, 1% of chlorhexidine gluconate, plain water reduces the xerostomia, mucositis and sequestromy. Involves the removal of infected and avascular piece of bone, generally the cortical plate in the affected area. Pathological fracture, they don't heal, so we have to give some other treatment like pin fixation that we have already introduced in this treatment modality by our department of maxillofacial surgery. The best form of treatment is excision of necrotic end of the bone fragment with or without reconstruction, bone resection. It is performed when there is a persistent pain, infection or pathological fracture, preferably done intraorally to avoid extra cutaneous because skin is compromised and healing is delayed, or sometimes it don't heal. Excision therapy, HBO, we are doing if in a stage 3 patient, if we are doing resection and reconstruction, then we have to give the HBO therapy. It's very important, and antioxidant and pentoxifylline. These are the HBO therapy. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, there is a chamber where we have a oxygen therapy at some 2 to 2.5 atmospheric pressure. HBO therapy for irradiation damaged tissue were introduced by 1973 by Greenwood and Gilchrist. Goal to overcome hypoxia and increase vascularity. What is main? We have to remove that 4H. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy consists of 100% oxygen therapy at 2 to 2.4 absolute atmospheric pressure to increase the oxygen dissolved in plasma and tissue, that in turn induce osteogenesis and in the compromised tissue. Method, these are the chamber where we put a patient, accomplished by having a patient breathe 100% oxygen through a tight fitted mask, hood or endotracheal tube in a pressure tolerant chamber, either alone in a monoplace chamber or with more than one patient, or a therapist in a multiple chamber with a pressurized 2 to 2.4 atmospheric pressure. Each session divine is 90 to 100 minutes or 120 minutes, total 30 divine. 5-day week is planned pre-operatively. And this is a mass protocol. ORN treatment, exposed bone है तो stage 1 30 session HBO के दो continue, then stage 1 फिर if it resolved or not, then it goes into a stage 2 surgical debridement, 10 session of HBO, bone and mucosa heal, resolution of ORN. If that stage 1 is persistent, 30 seconds, then bone soften, granulation tissue develop. Then stage 1 respond, local debridement, 10 session of HBO, bone and mucosa heal, resolved. dehiscence is there, then it converted into stage 3. Stage 3 come from there also, that exposed bone with pathological fracture, orocutaneous fistula, osteolytic to inferior border of mandible, jaw stabilization, which I already tell, that jaw stabilization by pin fixation, which is used in orthopedic, but we are using also this kind of pin fixator, continuous dissection, soft tissue and flap and resolution. So it's stage 1, then stage 2, and 1 also converted into 2, then we have to do these 10 more session of HBO, and if stage 2 converted into stage 3, then HBO and stabilization, and this protocol we have to follow. Mechanism of action: enhancement of the function of leukocyte, induce fibroblast growth, increase collagen formation, stimulation, angiogenesis in the healing tissue. Whatever be we are doing in healing of any body part, tissue and bone, we have to do this. Inhibit aerobic and anaerobic bacteria, otherwise shock infection will occur. Inhibits bacterial toxic formation. HBO increase the amount of oxygen in tissue by 10-fold factor. Oxygen can be delivered to depth of tissue where vascularity is poor or compromised. Then role of pentoxifylline: it exerted the anti-tumor necrotic factor, that is TNF alpha effect, increase electrolytic flexibility, vasodilator, so blood supply increases, collagen activity in vitro. Pentoxifylline and its metabolism improve blood flow by decreases viscosity. In patient with chronic peripheral arterial diseases, this effect increases blood flow to the affected microcircular and enhance tissue oxygenation. The usual dose of pentoxifylline is 400 mg BD twice, while the effect of pentoxifylline may increase within 2 to 3 weeks, and it recommended for the 8 weeks. These are the recent guidelines. Medical treatment only combined with medical and surgical treatment, or surgical treatment, pathological fracture, require vascularity compromised tissue grafting. Medical for all patients needing extraction 1 week prior to planned extraction. Pentoxifylline and tocopherol is also a recent drug which continue, and then for 2 months we have to give this. Then it established ORN, continue for 6 months, and if unresponsive, then Doronet 600 mg per day we can give, and combined with sequestromy and this drug pentoxifylline and HBO therapy should be given. Then prevention: extraction of teeth. The teeth is direct beam of radiation, non-restorable, periodontically compromised, should be extracted. Radiation therapy is delayed 10 to 15 days to allow initial healing, alveoloplasty. Restoration of teeth: topical fluoride application and periodontal therapy should be completed. During therapy, mouth rinses with 0.2 aqueous chlorhexidine, supervised cleaning of all teeth, oral hygiene restriction, and dietary counseling. Post radiation dental care: avoid use of dental dentures, use of salivary substitute, restoration of teeth with post irradiated pulpitis, limit any extraction 1 or 2 per appointment under proper antibiotic coverage followed by meticulous wound care. These are my references. Thank you.